Hello and welcome to Vet Talks. Today I just want to kind of cover, originally I had talked about when I had joined the military that I had did so with the intentions of just, you know, trying to get some experience to put on a resume so that, when you're trying to apply for other jobs, that you can go ahead and put on there, hey, I served my country, and, people look at that with, you know, they're proud that you did your service for your country, and the thought is that they're going to go ahead and hire you because you um, served your country. So why didn't I get out at 2 years? Why did I stay in? Uh, the main reason, my first duty station was at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. I joined Airborne to become a paratrooper. Um, One of the reasons why I wanted to go that route was because it's a distinguished group of individuals. You challenge yourself, you push yourself, and you find out what you can do. As part of being the 82nd Airborne, one of the things that we did was they had a policy that basically within 18 hours of the call, in other words, you know, they want you to go somewhere. They want you to take on a challenge. Maybe there's a conflict somewhere in the world. And they have this policy of being ready. You have to be ready within 18 hours to be up in an airplane, getting ready to jump out into some country to overtake whatever. I do remember there was a long time ago. There was and I don't remember. I can't remember exactly what the incident was, but I do remember there was a statement made that hey, you basically better do what we tell you, because right now we got the 82nd Airborne en route. They're in the air and they're on the way. And when the people had heard that, they went ahead and just surrendered. Um, and I thought that was like the best thing ever. You're part of this elite group to go out there and make changes in the world, and even to be feared amongst the world, knowing that, because normally if you're gonna take an army from the United States, take it across the ocean, anywhere in the world, it takes a long time. You gotta, all the logistics of having to get all the soldiers ready, having to get all the equipment ready, having to get everything, situated. Well, the 82nd, that's not an issue because they're always ready. They're always ready. There's three phases in the 82nd Airborne. One is mission, the other one is support, and the other one is training. So you're in one of those phases. You're either training up to get ready to deploy or getting ready to go out on mission if need be. The other one is you're on mission status, and what that means is basically you are on standby. You get a phone call. They're going to give you a code word on that phone call. And that code word means come to work at any given hour of the night or the day or whatever. You need to come in right now. And they're not going to tell you anything until you get there. And once you get there, they're going to go ahead and just put you on lockdown. Now, this was kind of before when, cell phones were very popular. This was back in the 2000s. So you didn't have a lot of communication outside of, like you didn't have a lot of people telling, oh, I'm getting ready to deploy, or no, you didn't have that. It was very secretive. So you would get the call. And when 9/11 happened, I just so happened to be on that mission status. And I remember we were doing some training nearby, and they had told us that a plane had hit the towers. They didn't say what kind. They just kind of gave us a little, quick, hey, a plane hit the tower. All right. But the moment a plane hit the Pentagon, yeah, it was game on. everybody to battle stations. Everybody go get your equipment, get ready. Where everybody comes in, we're getting. Matter of fact, I remember that first day. They were like, "This is Afghanistan," and I'm like, "Afghanistan? What does that have to do with, you know?" Didn't know all this stuff, but somebody knew something, and so that's where we were gonna get ready to go. And I remember we were locked down in our barracks. No communication with nobody. You weren't allowed to call home. You weren't allowed to go home. You were stuck in the barracks. Everybody has to stay there because you're on a lockdown. And so shortly after that, we got word. We're getting ready to go. So you got your duffel bags already packed. All your equipment is already packed. Everything is ready to go. So what they do is they take you to the staging area. Basically, they take you to the airline. And in the airline, that's where you're going to get all your ammunition, whatever it is that you're taking as far as equipment. It's getting on with you in the plane. And I remember there were guys that at that point they were complaining. I didn't join the army to go to war, and I thought to myself, what did you think the army was about? Back then, believe it or not, the army was very much about going to school and college. You had a lot of people that they joined just for the benefit. They didn't join to go to war. They didn't join because they wanted to serve their country. They joined because they wanted their country to serve them in a sense, and you could tell right away when it came time to do your job, those that complained and those that wanted to get out of it were very much the ones that were there for the wrong reasons, and you could tell right away. And I did see some soldiers cry. So it takes a lot to put yourself in a situation to where when duty calls or when your country calls, it takes a lot to be able to step up and say, yeah, send me. Well, sure enough, right before we got on the plane, they went ahead and announced that it was a drill. Now, normally these drills, they're only known that they are drills by certain higher ups, so that not everybody knows about it. So when you're going through it, you're going to the real deal. Well, with that being said, I did do my fair share of deployments. I did 6 deployments. So I definitely answered the call. And that was one of the big things is when we were under attack and America was under attack, it was no longer a sense of like, hey, I just want to serve my country real quick and get out and find another job. It became, this was my job. This was my opportunity to do what so many other generations before us did and fight the nation's wars. Fight whatever call we're given. And that's one of the things about being in the military is you don't decide, you just do. And it has been a great honor, and I recommend it for a lot of people. But when you come into the military, you got to come in wanting to do what you're being hired to do. And if that means going to war, then you're going to go to war. So with that being said, talk to y'all later.